And welcome back, guys. Welcome back to season two. Season two, guys, of What's Your Story? Whether if you're watching live or if you're watching the playback, thank you guys so much for being a part. Thank you guys so much for always being there. Hey, Steph, what's going on, love? Thank you guys so much for all that you guys have been doing. Like, seriously, the likes, the comments, everything. I go back and I read them, and I just want to thank you guys so much for your help and just being a part of everything that's going on with Fakir Fitness. So as you know, my name is Daniel Fakir. I am the founder and CEO of Fakir Fitness. What's going on, Sudam? Hey, Elaine. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Again, today is What's Your Story? Those of you guys who are in, what's going on? We have a special guest today. His name is Kevin Akinbiyi. I'm going to let him tell about his story. Kev, what's going on, brother? Go ahead and just send in that link and I'll go ahead and tag you in. You guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I mean, honestly, I miss you guys. It's been a while. It's been a long time. I know we ended our last season as far as in December, so we're back again in March. We have a long list of people that I know you guys are going to be happy to see and be a part of. We have our first guest today. His name is Kevin Akinbiyi. I'm joined to tell you about his story. You guys, it's going to be a great one. I can tell you now. I'm already excited. I got like goosebumps. Isn't that weird? Yes!
Oh,
He is in the building, in the flesh. What's going on, brother?
doing good. How you doing? How you doing? What's up?
Doing good, doing good. I'm going to let you tell your story. Just going to introduce those who might be joining in for the first time. This is called What's Your Story? It's basically an everyday life situation. Everybody has circumstances, things that they go through, and you might feel like you're going through it alone. I can promise you you're not. So through the special guests that we have coming on, including like the questions that are asked by people, our special guests, and just helping you to be able to get through those circumstances without feeling alone. That's truly our ultimate goal. And today, I mean, we have none other than honestly, Kevin, I can go on and on about you. I love this dude. Truly, he is one of those people that is for the community. He's done so much to be able to help people. This man has like a heart of gold. But before I keep going on, Kevin, go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Let the people know who you are, bro.
Hey, what's up? What's up, man? My name is Kevin Akinbiyi, Kev B, Mr. Believe. I go by. I'm just a everyday guy who's out here trying to make it like everybody else. I guess I call myself an entrepreneur, but I like to just say I'm just living life the way I feel like everybody's supposed to. But that's just from my lens.
Yes.
You know, just want to be independent. I don't want to have nobody tell me when to be somewhere or have to do something. And you know, just creating that freedom for myself. So that's me. I'm a small business owner. I own a security company. My family also owns a boutique store. And I do a couple of other little things on the side, you know, like those couple of ride sharing things and, you know, the shared economy stuff. You know, I get in dibble and dabble in those things on the side as well.
Yeah, see, and I love what you said in regards as far as for the entrepreneurship. A lot of people thinking, that's too much work, that's too much of anything. It is. I'm not gonna lie to you. You won't be putting in 40 hours like how you do in a regular job. You'll probably be putting in about 80. But if it's something that you're passionate about, I promise you, you won't feel it. It's gonna be like a everyday normal thing. You're not even gonna want to go to sleep. You're like, I missed dinner. It's all right. I'll eat breakfast. And you're just in it because it's something that you're passionate about, that you love, and it's something that you already had born in you. When it came to me as far as the fitness, it's something that I already been doing for free. So doing it now and getting paid, I'm like, oh, you mean I get paid doing this now? Okay, that's what's up. Like, you know. So Kevin, I love what you said because it truly does give you that freedom. You're not having to clock in, clock out. You don't have a boss. You're your own boss. You make the decisions. You say what I'm gonna do, what I'm not gonna do. You set all that forth, and I love that, man. That was really powerful in what you said. I mean, who or what inspired you to choose the career path that you're on right now?
So what inspired me, I have to go back a little bit because mostly from circumstances. So I was working at Sports Authority, for those of us that are, I guess, in our, at least from your mid-20s, I guess, on up, you should remember Sports Authority. I was there for about 7-8 years and got to a point where I would always train the next person that was going to wind up being my manager later. And I was looked for positions, and it just became, you know, a normal thing there. So I said, you know what, if I'm going to get anywhere, I might have to create something on my own. So just like trying to make extra money, I went to my dad. He was like, hey, man, just try to do security. I did security when I was in school back in the days. It's a nice little side gigs to have. So I said, okay. I went to go to the school.
Oh, I think it froze just a little bit. We'll be right back, guys. Don't worry.
That's what I want to do.
See if it jumps on.
So the idea came to me then just to create something on my own.
Oh.
All that came in.
There you go. It jumped off, but you're back on. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so it didn't come to me out of like, I always knew at some point when I was younger, I wanted to be a business owner. You know, that was that dream because I saw my mom and dad, but it didn't come like that's what I wanted to do. It was kind of like out of necessity or being passed over that I said, you know what, I create my own. You know, I can't wait for anybody to get the opportunity. And when I do it, I'm going to make sure that I bring people with me. That's my goal.
Wow.
Doing my business. I always want to empower people. Like I have a guy right now who works for me, and he started his own cleaning business. And I'm like, man, go for it. Do it, connecting them with people that I know to help them get it going. Like this is exactly what I like because I don't want you to think that this is a stop. Like I can only pay you so much because I'm only getting so much. But and if I can help you and maybe, you know, be a person that's, because I look at jobs as like capital, you know, that's your primary investor. If I can help you way along that way, you know, get you some hours, put you down here, go ahead while you chase your dream. You don't got to worry about somebody's going to hassle you and haggle you and try to up, but I'll work with you. So that's kind of like how I came into entrepreneurship. It wasn't like, I would say I always wanted to be a businessman, but kind of happened because I was just tired of being passed up.
Wow. Man, you said so many gems in there, bro. It's going to be hard. I'm going to try my best to dissect it, but bro, you broke that down. Thank you guys for joining in. I see you out there, Josh. I see you. Hey, what's going on? Oh, Dallas, you're going to be in there as well. I see you, brother. I mean, what I love about what you said, honestly, in the midst of it, is you hated getting passed up. I can't tell you how many times, same exact situation that you said, where we see new bosses coming in and they keep telling us, oh, we're only going to hire within because we know that you guys know the company. And when that person may leave or whatever the case might be, like, oh, yeah, we found somebody over in Arkansas who worked in, like, you know, paper company, and it has nothing to do with what we were doing. And I'm like, didn't you say you're going to hire within? And, oh, yeah, but this guy trusts me. He has so much potential and all this other stuff. And it was the exact same thing for me. It's like seeing so many times getting passed up and helping this person to get the position that clearly I'm made for, or clearly other people in the same, like my colleagues who had the same exact skill ability or skill set to take that job. And it really is one of those things where it's like when you're in the Fortune 500 companies or you're working for someone else, the decisions that are made is not going to be based upon you. You're just another number out there. They can always replace you. Always thinking in the back of their head, yeah, this person's replaceable. Another thing that you said that was gold was looking as far as in that 9 to 5. We're not saying necessarily to quit your job right now and go start your business. Still work where you're working. If that's paying the bills right now, if that's your main source of income, keep doing that. Yeah. What you want to do is, in the same token, when you have those free time, start working on what you're passionate about. We have my boy here, Odalis. He's a baker. Right now, he has a 9 to 5 job, but he's baking on the side. And through that, like, he's using what he does for his work to be able to invest into what he's passionate about. It's going to come to a point in time where it's going to come and even out with that balance. And then from there, if he wants or decides, he can quit his normal 9 to 5 and continue with his, like, his passion or his dream and become that true entrepreneur. So it's one of those things, you guys, never be afraid. Rona, what's going on? Never be afraid to seek out your dreams. Never be afraid to do what you love. Because truly, a lot of times, 9 out of 10, if you love it so much, people will see that passion in you and they're not going to pass you up. They're like, yo, this man, all he does is, like, you know, a cleaning service, but every time he comes, he does an excellent job. Let me go ahead and tell him about other people, about other people, about other people. That cleaning service that people are like, oh, laughing at you about can now become a multi-millionaire company. Just because of you having 100% at what you do and what you love. Man, you broke that down, Kevin. I mean, a little bit more so people can understand, like, you know, what's your story? Like, you know, what issues have you faced or overcome in life that you can tell people about?
Overcoming and issues like just, I mean, I could say I go back to college. I didn't graduate on time. I got caught up in being an athlete. So I guess, you know, being confused. So many of us have this dream, you know, growing up, especially down here in South Florida, you want to be a professional athlete.
South Florida. Yeah, you got to.
So I was blinded by that, but it also taught me that to make it to those type of levels, you have to put in the work. So it also helped me with my work, learning that lesson, not being able to excel to the next level. Then I was just wandering. And from there, I just eventually I did some truck driving. I did a whole bunch of odd jobs, just trying to find what it is that I want to do. And I think the best thing I could say, like for most people, is you don't have to know right away what you want to do. Like
Facts.
Even to this day, sometimes I just go back and look at when I feel discouraged or I think like I'm not getting anywhere. I'll go back and look sometimes into the biz, and like it'll be like 8 or 9 businesses that I had started.
True.
Got this far, so just keep trying. You never know what you're really gonna like until you try it or until you do it. I always have this saying, you can't appreciate the good times if you didn't really have those bad times. If you didn't have anything,
preach, Kevin. Yes.
Really know when it's good, like a child. They don't know the difference between a good or a bad thing. It's until they get burned do they understand, oh, that's not good. Not until they miss something or they drop the ice cream that, oh, I need to hold this a little bit better so I can actually enjoy it. So it's until you have those life journeys, I like to call it, you can't really figure out what you want to do. So for me, I think I'm still on my journey, because it's not my necessary passion, but I do like business, if that makes sense. And I'm I'm an entrepreneur by spirit, I believe. Like I said, I feel like it's a lifestyle. So it's just what I do. So I don't know. I hope I answered your question. I know I've been rambling.
That did. That was perfect, honestly. You gave more and above, man, and I love that. I love what you were saying. Truly, it is one of those things where people will not, like you might be like, oh, yeah, I like this, I like that. Go ahead and try it. It's fine. You really want to keep trying everything that you like until you really find out what you're passionate about. It's a shameless plug. I'm sorry, guys, shameless plug. But for those of you guys who are looking for your passion, my wife, she has a business. Gollywood Girl, check out purposegift.com.
She helped me get my family out. She helped us out with our website. She definitely helped me.
Right?
So go
thank you. See, so it's not that shameless, guys. I'm sorry. But honestly, man, she has this word. It's called it's a list. It's almost like a survey. It's called the purposegift.com if you check it out. It literally narrows it down to really find what you're passionate about. It's like those questionnaires. And it's one of those things where, honestly, same as you, Kevin, it was the same with me. I always knew I did fitness, but I always thought of it as a hobby. It's like, that's something that I love, but it's a hobby. It's not going to pay the bills. Let me go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and do that. Especially when you grow up in a mentality like how you said, Kevin, you hit home, man. Here in South Florida, you have to make money. And a lot of the cases is either legally or professionally, professional sports. Those are like your 2 main jobs. That's where you see people driving in with the Cadillacs. They have the big houses. So it's like in your head, you're like, oh, I want to get that type of like what they have. So let me do what they're doing. And you'll totally neglect what you're passionate about. So you have to be able to learn as far as truly what you're passionate about. And again, as I was saying about my wife, like when you fill out that survey, it really kind of narrows it down and helps you understand, even though I like these things, what I really do, what I really like, I'll give up sleep, I'll give up food about, that's really where your passion is. It can lie anywhere. And I mean, in this day and age, you can do anything. There are people out there who are making millions of dollars playing video games.
Yes.
I don't mean making video games. I mean playing video games, making millions of dollars. If you don't believe me, look up a gentleman named Ninja. This guy, I don't know how many followers he has right now, but I mean, he's making millions of dollars playing video games. So don't think that your passion is stupid. Don't think that you can't do anything with it or it can't pay bills. It can. In this day in society, everybody does everything and everybody's intrigued about something. There's something inside of you that somebody wants to see.
Yeah.
So, I mean, thank you, Kevin, for breaking that down. I love that. If you can share any piece of advice with your younger self or with the people struggling with the same issues, what would it be and why?
If I could.
It's a 2-parter.
Back off that video gaming thing that you said, because I make it with my mom, and I tell her and I say, when me and my brother used to be playing video games all the time, he used to make it off video game. I could have been making millions of dollars right now. You
gotta make him feel that guilt, man.
With that, I say to my younger self, man, like, don't listen to other people's ideas about you, man. Whatever it is that you want to be or do, even if you don't see anybody doing it, you know, now we have information age. If you type it in YouTube, there's somebody doing it somewhere. It might be Australia or China, but somebody in there is liking what you like, or maybe likes what you like, but don't do it the way you think it should be done. Like, don't let anybody tell you it's weird. Don't let anybody tell you it's crazy. Don't let anybody tell you it's stupid. Like, there's anything in the day that we're living in, anything is possible, literally. With technology, like, I would just tell my younger self, don't listen to nobody. Do what you want to do. And just make sure you give it your best effort and do it right so you can make money. You know, that's the best advice I would give them.
Man, that was powerful, man. That was really powerful, and I love that. And I mean, for those who may not know, Kevin is one of those family men. Like, honestly, we admire the way you do it. Because right now, your son is how old right now?
5.
5. And this man is talking about assets, liabilities. This man knows, like, 5 years old, and he's talking like he's a stockbroker. And it's because of what you guys are putting in him. You and Jade, you guys are doing an amazing job with him. Like, he could be our next president. The way he talks right now, I just see in the videos that you're posting, and it's like, wow, you're only 5, and you know about this type of stuff?
Hey, definitely. And his attention span is short, but you got to be committed.
I mean, the path he's going, I see nothing but the stars for him. So honestly, a great job to both of you and Jade. Like, seriously, you guys are doing a wonderful job. And I mean, that advice you gave, that's what we need to be able to not just install in ourselves, but the people around us, like people that you know, your friends and family, who you see they're passionate about something. Steph and I, we knew someone, not naming any names or anything like that, but their passion was completely different than what they were actually in college for. And it's not like they were in college because they wanted to, like, you know, they wanted to see, hey, how would I do in this field? It was literally because their parents telling them, hey, we're going to pay for your schooling, but you're doing this. I don't know about you guys, but a lot of households in the Caribbean, it's like you're either going to be a doctor, you're going to be a nurse, you're going to be a lawyer. Like, if they already have a set of list of what you can be, but not what you're passionate about. This is what you can, what you're passionate about, you do that on the side. And it's like, and it's one of those things where, like, you know, when you see people in those type of situations, you have to learn how to encourage them, including like your kids. Your kids, if you see like, hey, they're going this route, this path, don't be afraid to be like, hey, explore that, try that out, because you never know where it can lead to. So it's a beautiful thing. What's going on, Corey? What's going on? Thank you guys so much for joining in. Again, if you're watching live or the playback, we thank you so much for joining in. We just asked you as far as for sharing any advice. So what's something people can do right now to help them in the right direction? From like how you grew up and what you were doing, what's something that somebody can, like, you know, if they feel that they're in the wrong path, they feel like they're doing the wrong thing, what can they do right now that you believe that can help them to find out what their purpose is?
Right now, I guess that's kind of like
it's a loaded question.
I guess, like, if you're like completely like just at that phase where you just like really don't know what you want to do and you're just lost, do something. You know what I'm saying? If that's, and I don't mean like monetarily, but like if you like taking walks on the beach, do that on the. I do it every day. You know. Around people that inspire you, you know, and I mean inspire you creatively. You know, people that give you like crazy ideas. You know, everybody has certain people that you hang around that just those, you know, kicking the boot, winning boot, or the people that's just friends. You say, thing, man. Every time I'm around you, you make me want to do A, B, and C. Like, get around those. People. And I would say start there, because if you're on cycle and you're going down or whatever, you're feeling completely lost, the first thing you need to get your creative juices flowing. So whatever that is for you, if it's going to the gym, if it's taking a long walk on the beach, if it's listening to yoga music, I don't know, whatever that is. And then if you're somebody who is already doing something but you feel like you're lost, I would say explore other avenues within your business that you pivot. You know, you don't want the biggest facts. It's like a lot of times when people unhappy with doing something, the first thing you want to do is drop it. And you can't do that. You know, I think in every situation or wherever you're at, there's a lesson in it. And you can't just run away from it. So whatever it is, whatever you're doing, if you feel like you're going the wrong way, you're going to have to sit back at the table and learn how to pivot. How can I make business into something that's going to be a little bit more lucrative for me, more exciting for me, more whatever for me? And yeah, that's what I would say, you know?
Dang. Kevin, go ahead and just drop the mic. Just drop the mic. Man, beautiful. Keep what's going on. Yo, I 100% agree with everything you just said. Like, that was so beautiful. And I truly agree with that. Like, I know for my wife, normally whenever we're doing like a long drive, that's when all her creative juices starts flowing. Like, everything starts pouring into her head, what she can do, all these other things. For me, it's like how you said, literally those long walks, that's where my mind is clear. When I'm just like smelling the clean air and I'm thinking now like, oh, okay, you know what? In this type of way, we can do this type of work. Things just start flowing. And as you said, I have a boy, Corey, you on here, man. Corey, he and I, we're like accountability partners. We always talk about like what our next like venture is, how we're going to do it and things like that. And we kind of encourage each other through it. So finding that person who can help you. And what you said, that was powerful, man. It's to like, you know, not necessarily drop it, but try to venture and explore more into, man, that hit home, bro. That is beautiful. So a lot of times you might be in that purpose or that passion that you're in, but you haven't necessarily quite narrowed it down. What I mean by that is if you know you love health and fitness and then you become a coach, but you don't really care about the coaching. You really care more about the feeding aspect. You really care about like, you know, making sure people are eating correctly, the nutrition side. So you're still in that right path, but you need to narrow it down to literally what you truly love out of that. Like, hey, you know what? The coaching is fine and everything like that, but how are you eating at home? Do you know about this? Do you know about that? Like, these are things that people can learn and just, you know, explore in that field or in that avenue. Rosie, what's going on? What's going on? Kevin, thank you so much for saying that. So in closing, like, how can people connect with you or find out more about you, your website, products, things coming up?
Well, you can follow me at Believe in Yourself Podcast. My personal page is down for right now. There's problems with it. But you can follow me there. The podcast. I do a podcast on Wednesday nights, and we're starting season 2. We're recording now. So I talk about just believing in yourself. That's what entrepreneurship. Whether you look at yourself as an entrepreneur or not, you are the CEO of you. So you're still a business.
Yes.
You can realize that. I feel like the more you'll be able to believe in yourself and be able to run your life as such. I have a store, Unique African Boutique. Go to @Unique Boutique. Definitely shop there. You can shop through us on Instagram. Definitely go follow there. My wife, Dance So Fit. She's a dance fitness instructor. She's doing it Friday. For anybody interested, if you share the post, you'll be eligible to get 50% off. I have a security company. We also install. I just do a lot. Like, security is my main thing. It's my main income. It's my main source of income. But as you can see, like I just feel like it's just part of entrepreneurship to always do different stuff. But get in contact with me, man. You can also just send me a DM, whatever it is. Man, I'm here.
Man, I love that, and I love that. And just as we were talking about it doesn't mean your passion always have to be narrowed down to one thing. Multiple streams of income is never a bad thing. If one thing gets shut down, like a lot of people have experienced throughout this pandemic, it's like, you know, you only had one source of income, but throughout the pandemic, you learned, okay, this is not necessarily paying all the bills, so you had to find another stream of revenue. So it doesn't hurt if you have like 5 or 6. If 2 of them get shut down, all right, cool. I still got another 4. I get, you know, until the other 2 pick up, I got something to do. So I love that. I can speak towards as far as for you said, Believe in Yourself podcast. I was on there. Steph was on there. Honestly, this man is a great host. He makes you feel at home, and he pulls out those gems out of people. He makes you realize, even though I knew already what my passion, what I was doing, I was like, yo, that's not a bad idea. Let me let me take on that. So, I mean, honestly, if you can, check it out. Like he said, it's beautiful. I mean, honestly, you can learn so much from it. And as you were saying, as far as with your wife, Jade, what's it called again? Sola Fit?
Dance So Fit.
Dance So Fit. My wife tried it, and when I say she loved it, she was like, "Oh my gosh, James!" Because it's not it's cardio. It's hardcore cardio. You're getting a good burn, a good workout, but you don't notice it because all you're doing is you're dancing. You're just having fun, And when you know it's like, dang, the hour already passed, I burned 500 calories. So, I mean, check it out because I promise you, you're going to have an amazing time on there. And as well as you were saying with your father, the unique African boutique. Yeah. Both I and my wife, you know, we have clothing from there. I just sent it. It's so funny. I just sent you, what was it, like 2 weeks ago? Yeah, because, you know, it's February. I had to rock as far as, you know, the unique, the African in me. So I have one of the shirts. I wore it. When I say I got so many compliments, and I'm not talking about just like, you know, by like, you know, black people. I mean, all ethnicities, everybody across the board was like, wow, that is a beautiful shirt. Like, this looks really nice. I was like, yeah, it's unique. I'm the only one that got this right now. So, like, you know, it is beautiful. All the things that you're doing. And as you were saying with like the Titan Protective Services, if anybody out there needs safety or anything like that, check them out. Like, again, you do it all. And I'm just like, I'm in awe of you, man. You're doing it, and you're doing it strong in every area, bro. So keep doing what you're doing. It is amazing. And as you were saying before, like you and your wife, you guys have a podcast coming up soon, right?
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna be filmed. We do it every first Wednesday. So actually, the Believe in Yourself won't be this Wednesday. It'll be our Unsubscribe podcast. It's a relationship just about. I guess we describe it as it's a relationship podcast about living in your own relationship, not really listening to the outside noise. You know, understanding that you and your partner, as long as you guys are on the same page, you don't have to subscribe to, you know, status quo or what you see on Instagram. You know, you guys work out what works best for you, and that's what we're trying to do with Unsubscribe, is to get people to unsubscribe and subscribe to your marriage or subscribe to your relationship.
Ooh, dang, that's powerful, man. I mean, I love that, because a lot of times, you know, you see those hashtag relationship goals, things like that. And like, oh yeah, that's beautiful. You guys are at a restaurant. But what are you guys doing when you get home? Are you guys on separate rooms, separate phones? So honestly, you're 100% right on board with that. I know we joined in on one of them, and it's a beautiful atmosphere. You guys had your wines out there, y'all just relaxing. Y'all having real conversations, like real conversations. What are you doing as far as in your home? Are you guys working on things together? Are you guys separate on different ideas? How can you guys communicate, talk about that, and grow as a team, as a partnership, rather than just growing as individuals? And I love that, man. We need more things like that. I know my brother, Pastor Josh Ficare, and his wife, Sue Ann Ficare, they're actually relationship coaches. If one of you, one night you guys can link up, you guys can talk together, because I think that would be an amazing experience, man. So I would love to see that. Thank you so much, Kevin. Honestly, like, it's always a pleasure, and it's a beautiful thing to start with having you first. You like paving the way for us all. You're making that community to be able to grow and spread, like you said, and it's honestly, it's a pleasure, man. I'm so thankful to have you on here. Thankful for all of you guys watching. Thank you guys for joining in, and you guys are joining in strong. I love this. These numbers are climbing. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that. You guys are helping. All of you guys, every single one of you guys, I love you all. Thank you so much. Before we close, I'd like to just say a prayer for anyone who might be out there, like, you know, living life. They want to find their passion. They're not sure what their passion is or their purpose yet. A lot of times you may not know as far as where you are in your head spiritually, mentally. We see a lot of times, even now in the news, a lot of these millionaires, multi-millionaires, they're taking their life away. They're committing suicide or doing these things. And it's not because, you know, they're bad people or they're, like, you know, living a bad life. It's just a lot of things going on nowadays, and a lot of people can't handle it on their own. So you got to make sure you're not just, you know, doing it well in the physical aspect, but make sure you're doing it well in the mental aspect, in the spiritual aspect. All these count. You have to be balanced in every area. So anyone who might not know the Lord, just a quick and simple prayer that I say. It's, Lord Jesus, please forgive me of my sins. I ask you to be my Lord and Savior. I accept you as my Savior now. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. If you said that prayer with me, welcome to the kingdom. It's a pleasure having you on. Reach out to me, or, you know, get into a Bible-based church virtually now since everything's pandemic. But there's so many churches that you can join upon or be upon. I just want to thank you guys for joining in. Kevin, is there anything you want to close with, man? You've been on fire.
Hey,
I'm going to have to go back and watch this.
If anybody wants to join the Believe in Yourself community, just text BIY to 31996. And I want to say thank you, Dave, for having me on your platform, man. I appreciate it. And I love watching everything that you and your wife do. I like your little videos that you put up there, the workouts. And your wife, your wife's just amazing, man. Tell her I said, hey.
She's on there. She says hi. Nah, it's honestly a pleasure. Again, thank you guys so much, everybody, for joining on. I'm going to be posting this on my YouTube channel for anybody who may not be following. It's youtube.com for Care Fitness. As well, if you like the swag, another shameless plug, check out my website, guys, carefitness.com.
Wow.
Nah, but for this interview, it should be on no later than Saturday. Kev, I'll probably send it to you like Friday night or so just to make sure it's cool. And then we'll post this on Saturday, youtube.com/forcarefitness. Again, this is season 2. All of season 1 is already on there and available, so you guys can start watching that now. Start getting yourself ready for this season, because I promise you it's going to be fire. You already see this interview. We're starting off with fire. We're not going to slow it down. We're going to keep coming hard with this. Next week, I'm not going to lie, it's a wonderful person, amazing person, family of ours. Her name is Belinda Joseph. She is a makeup artist. So any women out there right now who's like, you know, you're like, oh yeah, I like this, but you're not quite sure as far as what you're doing, trust me, you don't want to miss her. You can even check out her Instagram right now. I am Linda J. She does it all. Eyelashes, makeup, anything that you're looking for in cosmetic, this is what she does. And she does it professionally. So you guys are going to learn a lot of tips on there. Wes, what's going on, brother? So, I mean, honestly, I'm so excited for next week. Again, every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Join in. If you haven't, subscribe as far as the I Believe in Yourself podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Love you all, guys. Kevin, yes, sir, brother. You take care. Now, I always have a problem whenever it comes to ending this. So again, just go ahead and just log out. Don't mind me. I'm just here.
See, I'm gonna call this one right here Triumph. 'Cause no matter what you do,